and welcome to episode 18. In today's walk I'm going to climb Stob Binnein and Ben Lomond. Before I describe the route, I would just like to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed and commented on my videos. I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying the videos almost as much as I enjoy making them. Today I'm climbing another relatively easy route to navigate. The total distance for today's walk is a little over 10 kilometres with 1344 metres of ascent, and it's estimated to take around 5 hours of walking time. Ben Lomond is around 1 hour and 20 minutes from Glasgow. There is a small unofficial lay-by at the start of the walk. The official parking lay-by is around 800 metres away, and there is another lay-by around the same distance in the opposite direction. I don't think that my van would fit in the small lay-by, so I decided to park in Bealach, which is about 3 kilometres away, and then cycle to the start. From the start of the walk, you'll walk off the main road, and there's a little path that goes over a slight stream and up through a gate. And once you cross through the gate, you join a farmer's track. It's like a 4x4 track, and you follow that off to the left. And then you follow that round the bend, ignoring that road that goes straight on there. Go round and follow the zigzags, and you keep following that path up. You go through another gate. I think the gate is around about here, and you'll see a sign. There's actually a sign post that points up to the route to go up Ben Lomond. The last time I did Ben Lomond, and it was about 10 years ago, there was no staircase going up this mountain. It was a very boggy patch going across here, and then it got steeper and scree. They've put in a new path, and it is really in very good condition, and it makes it much easier than the last time I did it. When I looked at the weather and given the conditions, I decided I would try and do the Munros as late as possible. The weather was meant to be better later in the day, so I thought I would do the long walk in, and this is something I commonly do. And if there's a long walk in or a long walk out, I'll do the long walk first. So I followed the path, and it's a good trail, a good farmer's 4x4 path, as I said, and you follow that and it takes you all the way in here. When you get, there is actually here, there's a little path that goes off, a road goes off down to the right, so ignore that and just keep going straight on. When you get to this point, I think that there is a path that goes straight on, as you can see here, but the main path, the main road, goes up to the left. And then there's a turning circle here where the farmer obviously goes and drops off food for his sheep. And then you go through a little bit of a boggy patch until you cross this stream. And then at this point, all the way up, it's quite clear where the path goes. It gets a little bit vague, just slightly further up around about here. But you just keep following. If you've got your map, your GPS, you just keep following the route, you'll see it again. And you follow that all the way up to the Bealach. You cross this patch here, which again was a little bit boggy, but nothing terrible. And you'll see the path going up the side of the mountain here, and you just follow that all the way up. It gets a little bit steeper at this point, and then when you get to the top, it flattens off slightly up here, and the cairn is at the end, very clear and obvious. So when you get to the top, you then retrace your steps back down to the Bealach, and then just continue in the opposite direction, and that takes you up onto Ben Lomond. There is one point here where you can follow, as you see there's a path there, you can go straight on and then do a little bit of scrambling up this bit. It was looked about 6 or 8 feet. I never went up there. I just thought I'd do the easy way and just go around the side. There was snow here, but it was easy to cross over the snow and then walk up, and there's no scrambling if you do that at all. And then you follow that up and it takes you up to the summit of Ben Lomond. There is also a trig point, which isn't the official top of the mountain, but you can go and have a look from the trig point as I did, and then there's a cairn here, which is the summit. After that you walk, it's a little bit harder to see the path just because it's rockier up at the top, but you just head north and then you'll soon see the path. It's quite obvious and well worn. And as you come down here, there are sections that have got a proper rocky step, sequence of steps. Very easy to walk down. Some of it is a little bit steeper, and there's some zigzags and a little bit of scree. You just take your time. There's no difficulty navigating whatsoever, and follow that all the way down, and that will eventually take you back down to the farmer's track. You go through the gate and then just return back down to the start. If you were using the sort of unofficial lay-by, that is just here. The main lay-by is over here. Let's just bring it. So the main lay-by is here that you would park in. And as I did, I parked up the road in Bealach. There is a good sized car park. I've never seen it full, so I thought I would just park there. That way I could arrive later in the day and have no concerns about getting parked. And then I cycled and left my bike at the start. So now we'll go to the weather for the day. Ben Lomond is in the West Highlands. Here we have the Mountain Weather Information Service report for Sunday. It's going to start off with quite cool. There's going to be some wind and a 60 to 80% chance of it being clear. And if we look at the Met Office, just start with the rain forecast for today. So it's looking clear most of the day, and then there's a weather front coming in from the west later in the afternoon. So that starts to get towards us at 5 PM. We'll have a quick look at the cloud cover. So there's going to be cloud cover all day, and when I check the actual weather report, the visibility is going to be very poor at 9 o'clock, and we're going to have fog. This is at the summit, and then it's going to be very good and excellent at 11 o'clock, and even excellent later on. So it's going to be an overcast day. The summit should be clear. Good morning. It's 7:45 and Ben Lomond is straight ahead, and the summit is in cloud at the moment. So I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm parking in Bealach. It's about 2 miles. I'm going to cycle to the start, starting a little bit later so that by the time I get on the mountain, the top will hopefully have cleared. I'm just at the start of the walk for Ben Lomond. There is a small lay-by down there. As you can see, you can probably get about 5 or 6 cars in there. I didn't want to risk it with the van because it's a little bit bigger than a car. It's okay for cars. There's a sign right here where you go off, and we'll follow the path up for a while and then go up onto the actual mountainside. It's still in cloud at the moment. Hopefully that'll clear. As you come off the road, you'll come through this gate. You'll join this sort of farm road, and we'll follow that up the hill for a while. You can see the path. Yeah, it's a steep one, this one. Once you get on the hill, it really is steep all the way to the top. Now I've come to the turn off to go up Ben Lomond. It's got a nice signpost and a nice little staircase to start with. So just for a change, I'm going to go round and do Stob Binnein first, and then come back down and over Ben Lomond. And hopefully the top will have cleared by then. So we're going to go straight ahead at this point instead of turning off to the left. It's about 1.5 kilometres along this road on fairly level ground before it starts to rise quite steeply up to the left. It's 9:45 in the morning. I was expecting the tops to start clearing. They're supposed to be clear by 10. We'll see how it goes. About halfway along this bit before we start to go up the steep part. You'll see a little bridge down on your right hand side, and the road splits in two at this point. We're going to the left, the main road. Follow that. The sun's coming out, clouds getting thinner, and we're going straight up that one. Follow the road on a little bit, then we'll turn left up to the Bealach, then right up to the summit. Then you follow your steps back down to the Bealach, and then left up onto the top of Ben Lomond. We have a choice here. The Walk Highlands route recommends going straight on and then it turns up to the left, but the Garmin map shows this 4x4 trail going up to the Bealach as well, and it looks a better path, so I don't expect it'll survive in this condition as we go up the mountainside, but it is clearly defined on the map. So I'm going to take this path here to the left, and we're heading up there to the Bealach. So I was right about the path not being as good all the way up the mountainside. There's a sort of turning circle here where the farmer feeds the sheep, but there is a path that continues on straight ahead and goes up, so we'll follow that. It should be in good condition because it is a marked path on the map. So far this path's been quite clear and good condition. A little bit mushy right at the end of the farmer's path. Starting to gain some altitude now. And the summits are starting to clear. That's me coming up to the Bealach between Ben Lomond on my left and Stob Binnein on my right. That path is actually pretty decent. There were a couple of points where it was a bit wet and boggy, but nothing that your foot got stuck in. You could wear trainers, but you'd want to wear something waterproof on your feet. It was a bit wet. So now we just head up. Unfortunately the summits have not cleared yet. Roughly 1 kilometre from here to the summit and about 300 metres of ascent to go. Just in case it doesn't get any clearer, there's the summit of Ben Lomond. Getting closer to the summit, the clouds coming in there. That's what Ben Lomond looks like just now. Just just up there to go. Clearing up a little bit. The good news is that is the top there. There's no false summit on Stob Binnein, so that's nice. Almost there. So just approaching the summit of Stob Binnein. It's quite a slog up that last bit. Steady climb all the way up. A very small plateau at the summit. Yeah, not much to see today. Little bits breaking through the cloud. So we'll head back now, go straight back down the way we came up and then up the opposite side, and that'll take us up to Ben Lomond. You can just, the sun is trying to come through. I think it's going to make it. Just checked the Met Office weather report again, and it's still saying that the top of Ben Lomond should have visibility for 55 to 60 kilometres. So maybe we'll get lucky when we get above the clouds, but it doesn't look that way just now. Almost at the lowest point between the two Munros. Just got to go up this steep slope and up an even steeper slope. Hope that it clears up by the time we get to the top. I don't think there's any scrambling on this. There might be some little bits you need to use your hands just to get up and over a few rocks here and there. I think there is on the way down. It's fairly steep. It's been a while, but I don't think there's any real climbing involved. It has cleared up a bit. Summits are still not clear, but you can see to the horizon under the cloud. My guess is that that's Ben Lomond there in the middle. Certainly in the right direction and the right altitude. Got 300 metres to go to the summit of Ben Lomond, so I don't think that's the summit just there, it's a bit further on. But this path has actually been quite easy to come up. It's steep, but it's easier to walk on than the previous summit of Stob Binnein. So, won't be long now. Doesn't look like it's going to clear up though, unfortunately. So Benmore has a trig point, but the actual summit cairn is over there, just about another 100 feet or so from here. I'll go up and give a nice view of the cloud from the trig point, and then go on to the true summit. We have a nice ice sculpture on the trig point. There's a rocky outcrop here, so I wouldn't go too close to the edge over there. Now you can see the summit. At the summit cairn, unfortunately there's not very much to see. It's a bit windy and cold in the wind, so we keep going over in this direction, so we'll keep heading north and we should see the path. There are bits that are a little bit steep and you just need to be a bit careful, I think, going down this way. And when we get further down it'll get all very swampy and boggy. But we should get underneath the clouds again and get another view. And I don't think it'll take long to get back to the bike. Whoa. Just starting to clear up. We're getting breaks in the cloud, so we're getting some visibility. As you can hear, it's very cold. Sorry, you can hear it's very windy, which is making it very cold. You can see where the path is, just that way. And as soon as we cut the view, it's gone again. I might go to the other side and get out of the wind and then see if it clears up a little. A moment ago I could see the summit of Stob Binnein. Occasionally the cloud clears and you can see it, but not enough. Getting a bit cold waiting around for this to clear, so call it a day and head back down to the bike. This section is quite steep, but I've not had to use my hands yet. I am using my poles to help me get down. But there's no scrambling or climbing involved, just take your time. Put your poles down in front of you, put your weight on, step down. Looks like we'll get back to the path quite quickly. I don't think this path was here the last time I did Ben More. So if this goes all the way down, then there'll be no boggy bit that was a real pain the last time. It's brightened up as well. Well, that's a shame, the steps come to an end. We've got a little bit to go before we join the road again. But they were good, made for good progress. And we just got a bit of mud and scree to navigate down. Soon be back on the road. Have more steps again, so that's nice. It's a nice surprise. Almost down. That's me down off the hill mostly, joining back up to that farm road where we saw the sign this morning and the steps that take you up to Ben More directly. Going to go right through the gate over there and just follow that road back down to where the bike is locked up. So that path from here up to Ben More, much better than the last time I did it. The last time you had to cut through all the moor, the bog, peat, sticky, horrible wet. You know, it was tough. But with the stairs that they've put in, it made it much easier to walk on, much nicer. If you've liked the video, please click the like button. If you've not already subscribed, please subscribe. And I look forward to showing you more of the Scottish Highlands in the next video. Thanks and bye for now.